In honor of the NFL draft being last week, we're doing a draft of our own today in FIFA 21. So if you don't know, in the NFL, the National Football League, American football, they have a draft where each year they have the best young players getting drafted to all of their teams. My favorite team, Cleveland Browns. You guys always see me wearing this short. Browns, you know, we haven't been good as of late, but we're starting to turn it around. Playoffs last year, I'm telling you, Super Bowl this year for the Browns. You heard it here first. Right, back on track. Career mode today, draft. We're going to be taking over 100 of the best players in FIFA and drafting them on to the worst teams. So obviously in just football in general throughout the world, there's no need for a draft. You can just sign for whatever club you want when you're young. In American sports, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work like that. You know what? I do know the reason. It's money. That's the reason. And also our leagues are sort of set up a little different than your guys' leagues over there. So each and every team in the EFL League 2 has gotten drafted 8 players onto their team that is going to help improve their teams. And these players can consist of current day players such as the Messis, Ronaldos, and Mbappes, but can also consist of icons as well. So Barrow, it's just gonna go in alphabetical order. Barrow is gonna get the #1 pick, and then we'll go all the way around, pick all the way, leading back up to boom, Walsall, who will get the final pick of the draft. And we're gonna go through 8 rounds, and then obviously we're gonna be putting these teams into career mode and seeing which of the clubs get promoted the quickest, which of the clubs are gonna benefit most from this FIFA draft. If you guys like this concept and want to see this again, so the NFL draft obviously is going to consist of young players only. Today we're doing the best players in FIFA. I think this would be a really cool concept to do with the best wonder kid. So if we get it 10,000 likes, I will do that. Also, boys, leave a like for the merch that is going to be dropping soon in the next few weeks. Super exclusive, super limited time merch. I'm so excited to show it to you guys. Once it drops, you're going to want to go quick and buy it as quick as possible because it's not going to last long. More information on that coming soon though. So before we can get into this, we're going to go team by team and show you who each club has drafted. So Barrow got the first pick. I think we probably all know who they took with it. All right, so team 1, you can see down the line the players that they got. Obviously, Pele is going to be their first pick, and basically the way this works was each team sort of just took the best available players. They could have taken players at multiple positions. It's just who is the best available. So as you can see, this team took 3 strikers in a row because at whatever point they were picking in the draft, these were the best available. Pele, Rush, Drogba, Zambrata, Wright, Sancho, Skriniar, and Marcus Rashford. Team number 2, they received pick number 2. They took themselves Diego Maradona, Riquelme, Coman, Cole, Barnes, Aguero, Rodri, and then Orizabal. Dude, I always mess up his name, man. This draft, though, I feel like I should be rating each team's draft like 1 to 10. They got some defenders, some attackers, some midfielders. Didn't get a goalkeeper, though, so that is going to haunt them. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Would be higher if they got a goalkeeper. Pick 3, team 3. Obviously, I'm saying pick 3 because, well, no, that's not the right one. We need Bradford City. Obviously, saying pick 3 because pick 3 was the top player on the list. Lam was their 2nd round pick, 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, and so on and so forth. So this was the team's 1st round pick, but overall in the draft, he was the 4th overall pick. But yeah, they got Handanovic, they have Trent, they have Alderweireld, they have a good mix of players. Honestly, I might just give them, oh my god, it's such a good mix. They got a goalkeeper too. This is good. This is like a 9.5 out of 10. Cambridge United, I think they're getting promoted in real life. At least that's how it was last time I checked in EFL League 2. R9 Ronaldo, in my opinion, it shouldn't even be an opinion, at least in Ultimate Team, the best player in FIFA. May not be the highest rated, but in game, best player in FIFA. Schweini, Ballack, Deco. So each team has been given roughly 4 or 5 drafted, I should say, 4 or 5 icons. And, you know, I guess 2 goalkeepers isn't ideal, but at least they have 1. Carlisle United. Oh, and I forgot to rate Cambridge. Let's just give them a 7 out of 10. You know, I probably shouldn't rate these teams because it's just gonna get messy if I keep rating them, and I haven't seen all the teams yet. I'm just gonna stop the rating. But Puskas was their 1st round pick. They get icon check. Good mix though for this team as well of some defenders. They got a goalkeeper, they got midfielders, they got a striker. There you go. I mean, as long as you have a few players at each of the separate categories, you're good to go. Shelton Town, they have Gorinchka. Oh, they have Messi too. They actually have themselves Messi. So here's how I keep like forgetting things as we go. Here's how the draft worked. All of the icons were drafted first, and then after the icons were drafted, then these sort of real players were drafted. So this was the point when the real players started to come into play, which is why you see like a few mishaps, because we drafted all the icons from highest rated to lowest rated, and then we went in, and this was the first team where the real players started to get put in. Hence, well, they have themselves a 93 Lionel Messi above Torres, Seedorf, Petit, Hummel, Silva, Ziyech. That's good. Except no goalkeeper again, which sucks. You know, I could have made sure every team got a goalkeeper, but that's just up for these teams to draft, and it's just the way it's gonna turn out. I'm sure we're gonna run across like a few teams who ended up drafting like 3 or 4 goalkeepers. I'm sure one team has like all of the good ones, but this team has Cruyff, and they have Carlos Pollo, and Trezeguet, and Lewa, and Crespo, and Hazard, Coman, and Riyad Mahrez to end it. Wow. Okay. 1 defender. That's not good. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the most well-balanced teams will be the best teams, as long as they have a goalkeeper, and another team that is just absolutely top-heavy in attackers. Ronaldinho, Del Piero, Socrates, Ronaldo, Overmars, Di Maria, Laporte, and Roberto Firmino. Oh, and I keep adding things in as we go. You see 63 attack, 63 midfield, 62 defense. That will be raised once the starting 11s are changed. All the starting 11s don't have these drafted players in, which is why they're all so low. Those will get raised as we move. So just a heads up if you're wondering why all those were so low. Yashin, Bergkamp, Alan Shearer, Rui Costa, Oblak. Yeah, this is what I mean. I'm telling you, I literally called this. This team has 3 goalkeepers. They just don't need 3 goalkeepers, but that's just how the draft worked. Exeter City, 3 goalkeepers. All right, Forest Green, are they going to be hoarding goalkeepers as well? They are not. Sabitzer, Sane, Gnabry, we're starting from the bottom here. Immobile, KDB, we have Hernandez, Scholes, and Maldini was their first round pick. I wonder what team we're going to go with to start, because we're going to end up having to control a team, and we're going to have to see moving forward which teams get promoted the actual quickest. Grimsby Town, we need to start like speeding through this a little more, because there are just so many teams in this league. I want to say 24 overall. They have themselves Neymar, Xavi, really decent team, but again, not a single goalkeeper. Harrogate, the RTG team of choice this year. Cantona, Cannavaro, Desai, Varane, Mbappe, Vardy. That's a really good team. No goalkeeper. Why are these? Dude, why? Like, come on, man. Maybe I should have made it so every team had a goalkeeper. But it's too late now. Leighton Orient. Let's see this one. Carlos Libretto, Luis Figo, Shevchenko, Larson, Salah, Fabinho, Pogba, the free. No goalkeeper. That's like the 3rd team in a row. All right, Mansfield. What are we saying? Give me like what goalkeepers haven't been picked yet? Another one with no goalkeeper. Okay. Like I honestly feel like if they don't have a goalkeeper, then they just don't have a chance. That's just my opinion. Maybe we'll see me get proved wrong, but I don't know. We got Morecambe. Here we go. Hopefully I said that right. There are some of the, there it is, man. I'm telling you, they're all just they're ending up on the same team. Ter Stegen, De Gea, Castells, Bala, 3 of them. 3 goalkeepers on 1 squad. Newport County is the next club. 2 for them as well. Neuer, Van de Sar. Best was their first round pick. Yep, 2 goalkeepers for them. All right, Oldham Athletic. We're on a streak now where we're seeing a lot of goalkeepers here. Eusebio, Bobby Moore, Laudrup, Rijkaard, Alisson, Busquets, Haaland, Thiago. That's probably one of the better teams we've seen so far. Again, of just the teams that are like super well balanced. Hortval, we got to be coming close to the end here. They got themselves Van Basten, Van Nistelrooy, Haji, Keane, Kimmich, Cruz, Alba, and then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Salford City up next. Hullet, that's going to be a good one to have. Stoichkov close. Literally 3 icon attackers, man. That's not the balance we're looking for. They got themselves a keeper. They got 1 defender. I mean, the thing is, there's just more higher rated attackers in general, so the majority of the time you're going to have more attackers than defenders or midfielders. Scunthorpe United is our next club. Again, their top 30 picks, all attackers, and they got Mane too, and they got David Silva too. Yeah, he's more of a midfielder though. Southend United, here we go. These are the final clubs. Matthias, we have Raul, Blanc, Guardiola, Son, Ederson, PK, Alexandro. Stevenage Football Club, here they are. David Beckham was their first round pick. Rivaldo, Schmeichel, Rivera, Essien, Navas, Bruno, and then Gomez, bro. They literally have all midfielders and 2 goalkeepers. 2 clubs left. The Tranmere Rovers gets themselves Courtois, Conte, Chiellini, Cavani, Etso, Sanchez. Not too bad. We end with the team with the final pick, or the final pick of the first round, which was Dalglish, Pirlo, Roberto Carlos, Sucre, Benzema, Ramos, De Ligt, and Martinez. All right, boys. There it is. You can see all the players drafted. Now it's time to see how they actually play. Here we go. So into the manager career, and it is time to figure out which club I am backing and going to be controlling. This isn't based off any bias. This is basically just off of which team I thought was the most well-rounded, put-together club. And that club would be this one right about here. Bradford City is who I'm going for. So here we go, boys. Let's get into this one, and let me show you the reason I picked the Bradford. All right, so despite what many of you may think, I didn't choose them because it resembles my last name, which is Barford. Bradford, Barford. That's not why I chose them. Dude, I can't even begin to tell you how many people look at my last name and just think my last name is Bradford. It's not. Like, get my name right, please. You already know I chose them because they are just an extremely well-balanced club. Let's put everyone in where they need to be. And here it is. This is the formation. We got an attacker, 3 midfielders, 3 defenders, and a goalkeeper. It literally doesn't get more well-rounded than that. Zidane was this team's first-round pick, 97 overall. I think it's perfect. It's perfect for what this team needs. They're the most well-balanced, in my opinion, from all the clubs that we saw, and I am backing them. So let's follow this club and follow these teams throughout the career mode to see which one gets taken to glory. I'm thinking 5 seasons it's going to take us to see one of these clubs eventually make it up to the Premier League, and then seeing if they can actually win the Premier League. Let's do it. Right, it'd be a bit embarrassing if we didn't win the league, right? Because if we don't win the league, or if we don't get promoted, it doesn't matter if we win the league. We're going to be following the clubs up to the next biggest leagues. So if we don't get promoted, we're going to have to be switching clubs to the next team in order who actually gets promoted. We're following the best teams throughout. This doesn't make sense. So I just chose Bradford because I thought they'd be the best. Are they actually the best? Bradford City looks like they might actually be the... Yep, they are the best. Okay. You know what, though? It was close. It was actually very close between the top teams. Your top... Del Piero was the top player. That is crazy. Wasn't even a top pick. And he is the goal-scoring leader. Zola, Lineker, Piera, Stoichkov, Torres, Rivaldo. Okay, so we're going to be up in a few other... 2 other teams. No, it's 4 total teams. It's 4 total teams in League 2 we're getting moved up, correct? Quick note too, all of the icons should be 20 years old. Yeah, any icon player has been reset to 20, giving them like an actual massive advantage. Yeah, Inzaghi, Zidane, Kaká, even Lam getting involved in the goals. Alright, so this is season 2. One thing that I'm realizing, trouble that we could run into, not for our team at least, but other teams, are contracts. What if they don't re-sign with the teams? What if the drafted players don't re-sign with the clubs? That's issue number 1, and issue number 2 is older players. Like, look at that. Handanovic already down to an 84. Oh, man. That's going to hurt our team massively. We're going to end up having like a 60 rated goalkeeper in 2 seasons. But I completely blanked on last season. I didn't even care to look at the other teams in the cups, because one of them could have easily won the FA Cup or Carabao Cup. I'm an idiot. I'm not gonna forget this time, but that is genuinely annoying because like one of our clubs easily could have won that. Okay, here we go. Will 3 of the newly promoted teams get promoted again this year? Carlisle United is 1, Bradford City 2, Newport. Wait, Newport was 1, right? Newport. Okay, so it looks like, wait, we have to, oh no. We have to win the playoff to get called up, don't we? Okay, but let's look at the FA Cup first, which is actually won by Newport. I'm telling you, bro, the teams that we drafted the players onto are the new dominant teams in England, bro. Forget City, Liverpool, all of them. They're done. These are the new clubs. Except Tottenham. For some reason, Tottenham is still good. And we won the playoffs, so Bradford continues their run. Let's go. But now here we're the top players. So Lineker killing it for Newport, Bradford, Carlisle United. Yeah. Lineker right there, great. Shearer, look at Lookman on Exeter City. Like, it doesn't even matter, bros. Even the other players who weren't drafted are doing good for these teams. And here's what our team looks like. Handanovic hasn't dropped below an 80 yet, so there's still hope for us to get promoted again next season. All right, season number 3. We are in the championship. This is make or break for Bradford. These are where, like, we actually start facing some of like legitimate teams. I mean, EFL, League 1, League 2, no offense if you support those leagues, but now like teams have full squads of 70 rated players and it gets difficult. But for us, we just keep simming, so we just got to sit back and hope and pray that we just keep winning. I don't really have to do anything as a manager. I just do that and sit here and pull up my phone and watch TikTok. So we'll be back. And a win against Bristol City? Does that mean we did well in the league? I mean, is that cup? What is that? I mean, that could be FA Cup, Carabao Cup, that could be anything. Right, maybe it's the playoffs again for the championship. Oh, I think it actually is. Look at that. Newport and Exeter are the two teams. They're just a bit better than us. So what? That means we probably got promoted, right? Yep, we are up. Yo, this is it. Bradford, Exeter, and Newport were the 3 best drafted teams. Spurs looks like the team to beat in the Prem. It's going to be an interesting one when we have to face them. Chelsea too. Okay, fair play. Oh my god. Exeter somehow won the Champions League while in the championship. Yo, I honestly forget who was on the Exeter team. Yo, that's just mad, bro. What the hell? Okay, right. So they had Shearer, Costa. Who else? Marquinhos. Who was their goalkeeper? Chesney, Oblak. Okay, they were the team with 3 goalkeepers, man. Yashin. Like, Oblak and Chesney probably weren't even playing. This is going to be the final season since we're in the Premier League. Our chance to win the Premier League, either us, Exeter, Newport. I just want to see one of the teams that actually drafted players go on and win the Prem. I mean, hell, Exeter has already freaking won the Champions League, so it really doesn't get better than that. And just for a heads up, here's what the team looks like now. Handanovic, still not under 80 overall. We'll take it. And look at that, bro. Zidane up to a 99. Will we compete for the Premier League? Will Exeter take over? Will it be Newport? We're about to find out in the final season. All right, June 2024. Bradford, Exeter, Newport, Exeter. Yeah, Exeter, right? Yes, correct. And here we go. Good news so far. None of our teams are in the bottom half of the league, as I would say most likely expected. We work our way up. West Ham is 12, Bradford 11, bro. We already fell out of the race. Okay, you know what? Even though we're controlling Bradford, I just want to see one of the teams that drafted players win the Prem. Crystal Palace, Wolves at 9, Villa at 8, Everton at 7, City is 6, Liverpool at 5. Oh, they're both going to be top 2. No, there's a chance. It's Spurs. We've seen Spurs dominate throughout. Exeter or Spurs. Only one can win. And it goes to Exeter City, bro. 3 goalkeepers. They literally drafted 3 goalkeepers and it was the best drafted team out of all of them. Bradford was at least in the final of the FA Cup, took an L. Carabao Cup. Bradford actually got the dub. At least the team that we controlled got 1 trophy. And Exeter, a loss in the Champions League final, man. R.I.P. So after drafting players into the league, it was Exeter who came out on top. And you know what? We can at least show you this as well. One thing we can do is just look at all the other leagues, which clubs are in the championship. There is Bolton, another one of our clubs who drafted players. Carlisle United in there. Could we keep going? League 1, Forest Green, Mansfield, Salford. You guys can see, yep, there it is. All of the teams who drafted players, they'll slowly work their way up. If we were to continue this, they're going to all slowly work their way up, probably to the Premier League. If you guys want to see another one of these, like I said, where we draft all of the youngest players and sort of make it more realistic to the NFL draft, let me know in the comments. But with that, we'll catch you boys later. Appreciate you watching. Peace out.